What is up, podheads? Welcome back to the No Niche Podcast. My name is Tony. Oh, wait, just kidding. Welcome back to Podio Slave. My name is Tony, joined as always by Anthony.
Hello.
And Nate.
Dude, No Niche, trademark that shit, dude. Sick.
I know, we are the No Niche Podcast sometimes when it comes to music, right? We don't just stick in one lane. We are all over the map, and we tonight's no different. We're going to talk about Tool. We haven't talked about Tool in a while, and it's time to do that again.
I'm convinced if you have a niche and double down on your niche, you're not being true to yourself. There's no way anyone likes anything enough to stay in any lane, and I stand by that.
I like that. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
I think I agree. I mean, I like talking about music, so that's one topic, but it's such a spectrum of things consolidated into that one topic. But if we were to talk about like one band for 6 years, dude, I don't know, man. I'd probably get tired of that band.
It'd be tough, right? Because like you're gonna run out of things to talk about.
Yeah, eventually.
Especially if the band's not active.
Were shots just fired at?
Oh yeah.
I mean, nobody in particular. Just saying, like there are podcasts out there that do that, and more power to them. I'm happy that they exist because we like all forms of nerdery, but we couldn't do that. There's too many things that we like in the musical landscape that we want to talk about from week to week, and we've had a bunch of different things over the last couple of episodes, and we're back with more different things tonight because this is what we like doing on a week-to-week basis. So thank you for coming along for the ride.
And hey, if you're an OG Tool head that has checked out previous episodes, we did Lateralis, right?
We did. Was
it 20 years of Lateralis?
Yeah, I think we put it out in 2021. So it's been almost 5 years. Yeah.
And I think that is our most listened to non-guest episode.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's like number 13 or something. It's up there. It's a big one.
Yeah, it's up there. And sadly we couldn't get anyone from the band for this episode either.
Yeah, no, Danny. He's not. He's at the Baked Potato wherever he is tonight, playing at the Baked Potato, right? So sorry we couldn't get Danny.
So he tried to come, but he couldn't crawl behind his drum set. He just said, "I'm not coming."
He's a big man. It's probably hard to crawl behind the drum set. He's like 6'6", isn't he? He's huge.
He's a tall ass guy. Fuck, man, I should have asked him back then, huh? Hey, come on the pod. He would have said what we just talked about. I can't do it because of,
Baked potato.
The baked potato.
And if you don't get the baked potato joke, I'm sorry. It's a venue, Nate, right? In SoCal?
Yeah, it's a jazz club in LA. And it's super cool because Danny, obviously a world-renowned drummer for the band Tool that we're talking about, but he'll play just random gigs at this small jazz club. I want to say capacity probably 70 people, like tiny.
Wow.
And he'll just play cool jazz numbers with this crew, and then he'll hang out. I've had him sign some records for me, and he's super nice. And then I think like a week, the last time I saw him there, I don't live in California anymore, but the last time I saw him there, like a month later, I saw him at playing an arena with Tool, and it's just like that kind of like dichotomy. It's like, holy shit, dude, you fucking slay, but you're also playing a club where I can grab a beer with you. It's one of the coolest things about a place like Los Angeles is you get to do that stuff. So yeah, so that's what the Baked Potato is.
And it's a great name. I mean, that's why I like bring it up. It's a great name.
Dude. Yeah.
So how'd you find out about these gigs?
Yeah, just like the local. So one of those local scenes. I think it was.
Are you Industry Nate? Is that why?
He's just following him around. Hey, Danny. I just saw Danny. He's walking into the Baked Potato.
I
going there tonight.
Saw Danny at Whole Foods.
Someone had tipped me off on the website. Like, check out this website. Check out this band. You'll see some names in there. Like, I guess other people will play there. Like Charlie Watts and the Rolling Stones also used to play like random gigs with a jazz ensemble there too. So it's that kind of place where it's like, yeah, like local legends, or not local legends, but legends will just kind of pop in there and play. So I went to the website, and lo and behold, you go on the calendar, and it's like so-and-so band with Danny Carey in parentheses from Tool. You're like, holy shit,
Wow.
really?
Wow.
Like, it's just mind-blowing for me personally. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it went down for me. And I was like, I'm definitely going to go to LA, catch a show for that reason. And it used to line up where I got to see that and see another show on top of it. So it was kind of like a double whammy.
That sounds like you. Yeah. You're just making sure you get to all of it. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
And Amoeba, hit all three.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
jealous because that shit doesn't happen in Maine. Like, it probably doesn't even happen on the East Coast unless you're in New York. Like, there's it's almost like a comedian playing like a local comedy club to test out material. Like, Yeah, there's pockets of it, but it ain't happening in Portland, Maine. Sorry.
Well, there were rumors of when they mastered, I believe, 10,000 Days, that they were at Amigos because they were in Maine for Gateway for mastering. So there's also rumors that one of them has a house in Southern Maine. So I wouldn't be shocked if they did at one point. Maybe they don't anymore. But when they were still a little more active, a little more frequently, when they were putting records out every 2 or 3 years, 4 years, instead of every 15 years, they probably were out this way a little more frequently, and it made sense to, come to Maine in summer and master your record or whatever. But there were rumors of them being at Amigos upstairs eating food, which is a dive bar in Portland, Maine.
I mean, with Danny at the Baked Potato, it just comes down to the fact that he lives there. You know what I mean? So I went with a buddy of mine, and like his truck, like this 1993 beat up truck, like pulls up to the venue with like the tool sticker, like that wrench tool sticker on the back of his window. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit, he's like driving himself to the gig in this like podunk truck to like, and like loading out his gear by himself. And you're like, this is wild. But he lives like apparently like a few miles up the road. So it makes sense. So if like we lived in a major market like that, it would happen probably more often than not because they just
Absolutely.
happen to they live in that general area. Portland, Maine's a, secondary market. So we get who we
tertiary.
get.
Quadrary, whatever the fuck it is now.
Could we call it a niche market?
Yeah.
Bringing it full circle, Twan. I love it.
I mean, Maine's population is growing, so we might see some migration here. And
don't come to Maine.
Yeah, don't
go away. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. And so yeah, that baked potato, interlude will get us into the record here, but
that's a tangent. Yeah.
let's give our first, like we usually do. Let's give our first memories of the record. I know I'm pretty sure Nate and I were like into the band in the moment. I think Anthony, it's newer to you, right?
I mean, I obviously was a Tool fan from Lateralis, but no, my memories are very different than you. I was working at college radio, so we got this. We got in advance. I got in advance. Vicarious was known. Beyond that, I don't even know if I'd listened to this album before this exercise in the last 20 years, right?
Damn.
Yeah, front to back. I've never listened to it before.
That's crazy. I put it on. I must have listened to this thing 10 times in the last 5 days just because it was just constantly on. Sometimes in the car, sometimes in headphones, doing laundry, driving, whatever. Like just, I'm going to throw Tool on like this. And you pick up something new with them every time you put them on, especially when you got headphones on. But early days, Nate, I remember it was not long before this record was announced that I think Maynard played an April Fool's joke saying that he found Jesus underneath it, and he was like, I'm no longer doing music anymore.
Yeah, he was actually ripping on Head from Korn, which is kind of...
Can I ask, how did he make that known? This is pre-social media. Yeah,
there were like blogs and stuff. I remember going to random websites, but Tumblr. You're right, it was way different. No, it wasn't Tumblr. I can't remember what websites we were on, but I remember us reading that, and Nate and I half falling for it, being like, no, this can't be the end of Tool. That would be terrible. And then, hey, Vicarious is coming out, and the record's coming out in May, and oh, okay, cool. We're good. We're safe. We're going to get another record.
Yeah, I remember everyone taking it serious media-wise. I think I read something from like Matt Pinfield where he like reached out like urgently emailing. I'm like, dude, are you fucking, is this for real? And apparently he kind of even led him on for a little bit. So it was a long going joke. It wasn't like a one-liner.
Amazing. And very, very Maynard's, just from what we've talked about with him in the past. I don't know him personally, obviously, but just gathering his media presence, that's kind of his sense of humor. And once we found out we were getting a record, I was more than stoked. Huge into them at the time. Obviously love Lateralis. Didn't live the rollout of Lateralis the way that I did with this, and didn't see them on tour for Lateralis, but did for this twice. So, but yeah, remember just being really, really excited. Shout out Donnie, hanging out in his basement, listening to them all the time, right, Nate? That's like what we did. It was Nails, Tool, Chevelle, like Papa Roach, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I did get a little bit of a heads up on Tool early on during, I don't want to say during Enema, but I definitely knew about Enema and was playing Enema before Lateralis dropped. So I was present for the Lateralis rollout marketing-wise and record drop, and saw them on that tour in Augusta, out of all places, for Leg 2 in 2002. So when this dropped, I was very much so in tune with the band, their style, their promotion, their artwork, the rollout. Like they're so one of one when it comes to like everything they do. that I was ready, and it seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere because they take just such massive hiatuses. So when it dropped, I was stoked. You know what I mean? It's just like nice. I already like this band. They've been gone forever. Let's fucking go. And yeah, I was in from the jump, and I was stoked to the fact that they were coming up to Maine back when Maine used to get arena shows of this stature.
But was that a thing though? Like the huge gap between albums? Because to me, that's like the 10,000 Days to Fear Inoculum.
Yeah, yeah.
Between
Tool?
Lateralis and this is only 5 years.
Yeah.
And it was only 5 years between Enema and Lateralis.
This was pretty on par for them, yeah.
But even still, like 5 years, I don't know. Think of your favorite band. Most of them are more frequent than that. So they know how to troll their fans, right? I mean, is that the punchline? Yep. But you guys were ready. I mean, I like I said, I had Lateralis, but I was not. I don't know that I was like anticipating like the rollout like you guys were.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wanted them to make music quicker, obviously, and the last break being whatever 14 years was 13, 14 years is way too long, but 5 is about right for what they were doing in the moment, and they were able to, do all the things that they did, and it's pretty in-depth music, and there's a lot of thought, and I would imagine jamming and working out of the musical piece of it that needs to happen before they can put stuff together. And then they're going to come up with the Easter eggs and the Fibonacci sequences and the putting songs together stuff. And you can't do that in a 2-year album cycle, right? Not if you're touring.
Not if you're touring. That's where I was going to go. If you're touring, that's not happening.
Yeah, that's another thing. They tour to support records. And it wasn't until after this record release where they actually toured not to just support the record cycle. Like now they play festivals and we'll just play tours to play, which is cool. But they didn't do that before this record from what I remember, but I could be wrong there. Another thing about this record, about the band, is a lot of people will blame Maynard for the delays in the record, like the gaps in between records. This may be inaccurate, but this is what I deep dove on like probably 4 or 5 years ago, is the fact that Maynard writes lyrics reactively to the band, what they present to him as an instrumental. So when he's making his Wine, when he's doing A Perfect Circle, when he's doing Pussifer, that's not delaying the record release or the big spans of time in between records. It's really him waiting for them to produce this instrumental catalog to him to be like, okay, now you need to write lyrics and sing to this. So I think that's a big misconception on the fact that the band takes their time. It's really the instrumental part of the band that's rearranging, rewriting until they have like a finished product to present to Maynard James Keenan. From what I understand, I've read this in a few different spots, and I think that's, people that shit on Maynard like, dude, if you didn't tour on Perfect Circle so much, we'd have a record every 2 years. I think that's not the case if I am understanding correctly.
I would agree.
Although maybe if he wasn't on tour, he could react to the music quicker,
I mean, maybe, but
True.
I think that the music itself just takes them forever to come up with. And I think they were embroiled in some legal stuff. I don't know the logistics of it, but they weren't on streaming forever, right? They've only been on streaming for since the last record drop in 2019, right? Roughly right around then.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, so they don't have a lot of time on streaming, and you had to own the records, whether they be vinyl or CD or MP3 form, if you bought them on iTunes. But they were not. They might have been in the middle of some rights deals stuff too. So who knows? We're not going to speculate too much there, but they took their time is the punchline with that. And there's a reason, it's very intricate. Everything has its place and it needs to be put in where it goes or it doesn't work. The whole record doesn't work, I think.
So you guys lived it. What did you think of the record when it dropped? Because I'm reacting to this having the benefit of time with the rest of the catalog and knowing about the breaks between records. Where were you guys in the moment, coming off Lateralis, having at least some anticipation? What was your reaction? Do you guys remember? That was so long ago. It's 20 years, right?
I do. I remember when we first heard Vicarious and playing. We must have played it like 10 times in a row in the basement at Donnie's house, just because it was like, this is a new Tool song. We have to listen to this, and we're going to listen to it and pick it apart and listen to it and pick it apart. And it helps that it was 7 minutes long, so you weren't like sick of it because you listened to a 2-minute song 10 times. But we listened to that thing front to back so many times just to get a feel for it. And then the record drops and you jump into Zombie and Wings and the Pot, and it's just like this thing just keeps coming at you, and we were just stoked and immediately bought tickets to see them in New Hampshire. They played Manchester, New Hampshire. I went with you, Nate, and Donnie, and I think other Nate.
Yeah.
And another buddy of ours, Jeff. I think Jeff went too, right? So we were all down there and just like packed into a car like sardines to go see Tool because they were coming to Northeast and the new record was out and they were going to play new songs off of it. We're like, we got to go. Like, just all in from the jump.
Yeah, I remember, like you said, the single, listening to that just on repeat all the time. I also remember that this was 06, right? So like it was again, I always bring up like the pre-iPhone thing, but it's important with this because it was still, the way this band delivers is such a, I mean, their marketing rollout is insane. So like the record itself is a CD, right? And it's like a package, like back in the day, like getting a vinyl. And it's like the whole excitement of like, oh man, not only is it a CD, but like it's this whole like delivery and like package and the insert and like this one is, I think, had like the glasses to it that you use to like look at the images. And so that part is the only, I think we can all relate with this, is the only thing where I can feel like I didn't collect like Star Wars figures growing up and I wasn't like a comic book guy, but like this is like that nerd-esque thing for us. Like, holy shit, I can't wait to go to get that Tool package. And for them, it's great. It's one of one. It's one of the few bands that I know of, maybe back in the day, like contemporaries would be like a band like Kiss, where it's like you're so stoked to just get the record because there's so much information packed into that. Rage Against the Machine might be one other where you just, dig into it forever, like a comic book. But that was my memory, is just really, really geeking out on that forever. And then obviously playing the record and just looking at both simultaneously.
So I had the CD. Didn't it not close right? Like it was a fucking nightmare in your your CD setup. Like it must have been a packaging nightmare too. Like it's like a 3-for-1 trade-off to like a normal jewel case.
And it wasn't like the size of a double disc, right? It was funky because of the glasses kind of hanging off the top. Yeah, it just didn't fit. I mean, it was amazing. Nobody else was putting that out like that. But you're right. It was definitely, as far as like storage was concerned or like putting it in the car, you were worried you're going to ruin it. I went and got it that night, the night it came out, the Monday night going into Tuesday at midnight.
Like good old Bull Moose music?
Yeah, probably. Went to Bull Moose in Scarborough with Donnie.
Nice.
And threw it in the car and drove around Scarborough and South Portland and just, the 70 whatever minutes and listened to the whole thing probably twice before go to bed.
Well, imagine if you're Volcano Records and like Tool comes, like, this is what we want to do. You're like, these fucking guys, these motherfuckers, you're using every ounce of the CD. There's no clear single. There's some, some basically binoculars on your CD case. Like,
yeah,
I think maybe with Enema they were like that, but at this point they knew they were going to slay it. This thing went platinum in a month.
Insane. Yeah. Like realistically, is there any equivalent to that now? I don't even think there is.
Now, no, and this is 2006, right? Like there is no going platinum at that point. People weren't moving units like that. This wasn't 2000, 2001 when people were buying records $1 million a week. Eminem's dropping a record, Backstreet Boys dropping a record, Britney Spears dropping a record. All those are going $1 million in the first week. If you didn't hit $1 million in the first week, you were a failure in 2000. In 2006, vastly different story. The internet had started to kind of steal, and the people just weren't buying records to that level anymore. And this went platinum in a month, just over a month. Crazy.
Well, and the iTunes Music Store was a thing. So like you had the option to either steal or buy a la carte. You could buy Vicarious for $1.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Fuck, man, I forgot about that.
That's crazy.
I never did that. I was never an iTunes guy.
No, I never did that.
I went and bought CDs.
Yeah.
Actually, how much was this CD?
Probably $9.97.
Wow. Even with that packaging. That's insane.
Yeah, because newer bands was what, $6.97 back in the day, but if you were getting like a Red Hot Chili Peppers or a Tool or somebody of a big name on a big label, you were probably paying the $10.
I got it for free, by the way, legally for free at the radio station.
Man. Good for you.
Yep. Just had the barcode like X'd out, or
was like
exactly a Sawzall cut.
Well,
Hang on.
Actually,
do you still have it?
I think I do. Although I think the promo one was not the big packaging one. I think it was probably a jewel case or something.
Yeah.
So what was it like at the radio station? Because you were doing that. What were the vibes there? Do you remember?
Well, at a very small radio station, I don't remember the wattage of the station, but very small station, we actually didn't get a lot of major label stuff. We got a lot of independent stuff, but it was the tools, like the big names would come to us. And actually, it might have been just a single, like a CD single. It might have. I don't even know that we got the whole album. Actually,
Did you guys play it?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I played Vicarious.
Nice.
Or maybe The Pot. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, that one also did pretty well on the radio. I think was their first number one. Is what I read, maybe, or it was a number one rock single. So yeah, which is for how long is it? I'm looking at it right now. 6 minutes and 21 seconds. That's kind of wild.
So your first impression was good. Did you guys read the Pitchfork review for this album?
No. Yeah, I did. I didn't. A blurb from it. The calling it a perfect circle. It doesn't sound like a perfect circle.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like a perfect circle at all.
Well, the line was, rather than delving further into experimentation or exploring their strengths, the world's most well-loved prog metal band has made a perfect circle record.
Not even close.
No.
Not even close.
Wow.
I don't think that, and I don't even know if I'm qualified to say that, but to me, it doesn't feel like that.
You are qualified to say that, Anthony. I believe in you, first of all.
Certified.
Yeah, certified, exactly. Nerdified, nerdsees nerd. And there are 2 songs on here that are like 11 minutes long. What the fuck are they talking about? Not diving into different things. Like, all right, just more proof that Pitchfork is whatever.
Well, and they gave it a 5.9. A 5.9?
Jeez.
I mean, I can understand like benchmarking a band against the previous material, but that's a slap.
Yeah. Yeah. And this record's great. I think it does kind of build off of what they did on Lateralis. I think it does show and showcase who they are as musicians and who they are as creative people and how they're willing to take another chance. And Lateralis is kind of a little more, they're not telling you the story. You have to kind of interpret it yourself. This record kind of throws everything in your face. Like, it tells you what it is from the jump, just listening to it. I mean, Vicarious is about us all people being addicted to violence and watching it from a distance, right? They're not sugarcoating that. They're telling you that's what we are. The Wings for Marie songs are about his mom, right? I mean, it's pretty easy to listen to it, and having heard Judith and understood what's going on with that, the Pot's about the justice system being terrible. It tells you everything. Right into is about us people wanting to kill each other. Like, it tells you what it is right at the front. Rosetta Stone is about an alien abduction. It's all right there.
What about the name of the record, right? That's
10,000 Days, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, like, to me, A Perfect Circle did not tell you anything. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, for every reason, it's not a perfect circle, but.
Agreed. But yeah, more into that, I think, and my point about, like, Lateralis being a little more, like, mysterious. There's obviously mystery on this record, too, but I think it's right out in front what they're trying to accomplish with the messaging from the songs. And they do it in such a way that there are twists and turns throughout, right? It's not just a 2-minute beat you over the head punk song, which we love those too, because those get to the point and tell you what the message is right up front. This one gives it to you over sprawling guitar and bass and amazing drums and Maynard's voice being an instrument unto itself. Like, just, it's a different way to do it, but it's very in your face, I think.
And sometimes just noise, right? Later in the record, I was like waiting for the vocals to come in on the last track, right?
Vigente Trace, yeah.
Vigente Trace, yeah. The last track, Magic, maybe.
Well, it is, and I just found this out today, and this is something I'd never. Well, I'll just bring it up now because I didn't know it. But I looked up the song on the internet just because we're talking about it tonight, and there was a story on, I think, ultimateguitar.com. I don't know how old it is, but it says it's about, if you lay that song and Wings for Marie and 10,000 Days together in the right, like, form, those 3 songs together, it becomes a different song.
Huh. You know what's funny?
Which is very
like,
cool.
You used to hear, like, if you play Black Sabbath records in reverse and all this shit, and it's like, yeah, that's bullshit. I'd never try that. I might actually try this.
Yeah, dude.
There's an edit on YouTube.
There's probably truth to this shit.
Yeah, the band never, gave credence to the claim, but the name of the song, I'm gonna look it up real quick because I had it.
Nate, have you confirmed this before on your own?
I haven't. The first time I've learned about it, actually, which is kind of a cool little nerd tidbit.
And that's actually, guys, while you're looking that up, That's why I don't think like even the most diehard Tool fans can be mad about the duration of time between albums. Not the 5 years. I can understand the 13 years, 14 years, but like if you're say that's true, Tone, and that's actually what they did, like, yeah, that shit takes time. This is like
You have to have the
before
idea, and then you
this
have
is
to
before
execute it.
AI, like this is before any help of this shit. This is all original ideas and all that, which is insane.
Yeah, it's 23 and the enigma of 23. I mean, that number is a number that, and they're obsessed with numbers, right? We did the Fibonacci sequence on Lateralis, but that number has got some mystery behind it. And I got to listen to it again because I did it briefly right before we jumped on. But if that's how it happened, like that's amazing. Like that's just such a smart, fun way to like add depth to your record. And I know we talked about this in the Lateralis episode. If you reorder the track listing on that record, it becomes the gift or whatever, and it's a different record.
Yeah.
And the way it was supposed to be ordered, but it wasn't put out commercially that way. And that is another one of that's the stuff that Tool does, right? They just give you more things to think about and dig into and have fun with as a music fan.
I never thought about the point that you made earlier with the fact that the songs are very direct. That is actually a really good point because they are kind of a, decide what you want to think about these songs in particular. Lateralis had direct moments, but it was pretty, up for interpretation. The records previous, same, right? Enema and Undertow and so forth. So I think maybe they started to go in that direction because since this record, it seems like it kind of followed that same cadence. But yeah, right from the jump, Vicarious, the word itself tells you what it means. So,
all right. So we talked about Vicarious. I don't think we're going to do track by track on this one, but can we talk about Jambi?
Yes.
I mean, always. Yes.
Do you know what the song's in reference to, like the name?
I looked it up at one point, but it's been a while. Tell me. Tell the listener.
It's a character in like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
It's funny. It's like there's some things with the Tool universe where it's so abstract where like I can't wrap my head around it. Then there's stuff that's like either super on the nose or like pop culture or like even the lyrics to Rosetta Stoned. There's like reference. I had to look them up, like to Krispy Kreme, and I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
Yep.
What's going on? There's like the most abstract shit, and then it's like pop culture stuff. It's crazy. But Jambi, to me, I think is probably my favorite song on this album.
I would have guessed your favorite song on the record. Yep.
It goes super hard, and then we texted about it all week, like the fucking moshiest breakdown of all time. Which actually, if you listen to Vicarious, there's that tease of a breakdown, and it doesn't go there.
Oh yeah,
and then Jambi's like, oh, okay, you were doubling down on this shit. Okay,
you want it? Here it is.
Here it is.
It's like
I made you wait
minutes
20
in.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great song. I mean, you guys obviously must fucking love Jambi.
So good. That was so good live on. They played Portland. Actually, it was. I think they were supposed to play in January, right? And they ended up having to play in July because Danny tore his bicep. Moved it to like the middle of July and at the Civic Center in Portland, Maine. And I remember this song like this is the one song from that night that I'm like, holy fuck, while watching the stage. Because I hadn't seen it live yet. It was like blown away. Being as close as we were. Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, and the flames on the like monitor behind him, just so fucking cool.
Yeah, dude, Jambi, top 3 on the record for me for sure. It's one of those songs, like you said, it's just such an incredible live arrangement, let alone arrangement in the studio. But to see this just executed, and they're perfectionists of a band, so it's as good, if not better, live, obviously. And you have the whole sound system and so forth. And also one of those like pinch me moments, like this is fucking insane. Like this is what, our parents got to see with like Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin type stuff. When you're seeing it and listening, but especially seeing it live, like this is one of one. Like there's just not any other band that can put output like this and art to this stature. It's just wild. And then I remember this song in particular I was a big Peter Frampton guy, like in high school, just had those old records or whatever. Peter Frampton Comes Alive. And it's like one of the few records or bands in our kind of era that uses a talk box with the guitar. And I thought that was like really cool. Like, wow, we actually got one.
Well, the thing that amazed me like about this as I like dug into this is, I mean, obviously Tool, like they dick around with the time signatures, but I almost like equate this to a movie where like there's this like big reveal at the end, then you're forced to listen to it again. You're forced to watch the movie again, like The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Like you watch it again. With this, it's like it's in 9/8 time, and then it shifts to 6/4 time. And not that I can tell the difference, but I'm listening back to it through that lens of like, I think I'm unqualified to even listen to this. Like,
Yeah.
It's without a doubt, and all Tool records are headphones records, but like, it's almost one of those, it's like a movie, like a Fight Club. You have to watch a few times. You're going to pick up something every single time. It's just insane. And I'm a Tool noob, really.
Yeah, well, but like you respect the game, which is all that really matters.
The hustle is wild. Like, it's crazy.
You're absolutely right though, and I've been listening to this record for 20 years, and that's part of the reason we're doing this. Is it's turns 20 this year, and I picked stuff up today, and I listened to it like 3 times today because that's just I had the day off and was like, I'm just gonna listen to Tool all day and pick new things up here and there. Like in Wings from Marie, there's a when the guitar starts to come in and they have like the thunder and lightning in the background.
Yeah,
the guitar sounds like rain. It's so fucking cool, and I never thought of that.
I got to listen back to that. Like another example.
Part two. That's a part that I had heard a million times, but never put together that this sounds like the guitar sounds like it's raining. It's so cool.
That is fucking cool, man. And that's an 11-minute song. Just goes
and
on
17
and on and on.
If you put them together, because they are really together.
It really is a 2-part. Yeah, that's one of those songs, just a slow crescendo build. Another kind of like, to your point, Twan, like a perfect like movie soundtrack type arrangement. And obviously, I think is that the one tone that's talking about his Maynard's mother.
Yeah, yep.
Maybe that's the only comparison Pitchfork had, right? Was that it's about Judith, and that's where it stops.
That's it. They were just like, oh, it's about that again. Okay, then this is the same record. Well, it's not, but okay.
Listening.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm 4 tracks in. I'm gonna stop.
They're going to miss the pot, and they're going to miss Rosetta Stone. Like, come on. What other tracks stick out to you guys?
I mean, the pot is one that, I mean, I'm gonna expose my true colors here. I didn't even know the pot was on this album until I like revisited this, and I was like, oh my god, that's classic. To be honest with you, I didn't realize that was that late, in quotes, into their career. Like, I thought that was, I don't even know when that was, but that's all time. The intro is all time. Everyone knows that intro. And Maynard,
so good.
I think in a previous episode we said Maynard's best vocals might be on Murder Noms. Like, the pot is
pretty damn close to this one. Yep.
Yeah, he's that's a flex. And I've never seen Tool, but I can only imagine that is unbelievable live.
I agree with you, and I actually had in my notes that I remember saying that Murder Noms is his best vocal performance, but this is 1B. Like, it's really fucking good. Like, he just is, and it's right in his heyday of when his voice was, he knew what it was and was able to use it as an instrument. And it's very, very, very amazing on this record from start to finish. And the pot is probably, Exhibit A.
Yeah, it's a very unique Tool song too. It's one of the few where it just starts with Maynard singing. I think it might be the only one I can think of out of the gate. And then Justin's bass line on this track just fucking slays. I mean, it's very much a forward piece or forward part of the instrumental version or part of this arrangement. But yeah, Maynard slays on this. His singing is incredible, and the lyrical delivery on this song in particular is just, I don't know. I didn't really know what it was about until we were researching for this episode. But I was kind of surface level, like, oh, is it about marijuana? Is it about cannabis? It's not at all. But you might think that surface level, right? Because it's the high and the pod and the obvious stuff that's front and center.
Yeah. And this record's got some of Maynard's best like screaming parts too.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
The pot has a spot. There's like 3 or 4 spots on Rosetta Stone that just blow my mind every time I hear them, and I wish I could do them. Like, I try in my car, and I'm like, glad nobody heard that.
Well, if you're signed up for our Patreon, Tone will do them.
Yes, that's my metal growl. I'll give you the Maynard scream, and it will sound terrible. But yeah, it's I don't remember him doing it and using it that effectively until this record. And he did it. Obviously, there are spots throughout the catalog where you get some Maynard screams, but I love the way that it's used on 10,000 Days as a whole.
Well, one thing that I've kind of had this same thought process about Tool for years, but like, the music is so abstract. His vocals are so unique that it honestly wouldn't even fucking matter what he's singing about. Like, to me personally. Yep. And as I'm digging into these lyrics, like, obviously we'll get into Rosetta Stone, but even on the pot, he says, foot in mouth and head up asshole. What you talking about?
So
like,
good.
Like to me,
Yeah.
if someone just presented those lyrics, I'd be like, I don't know what genre, without even hearing any, what genre could that possibly be? But the musicianship and the vocal talent overshadows all of it.
Yep. Completely agree.
You know, it's crazy, man. And that's a praise towards that versus a knock on the lyrics.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
dude. It's like they can get away with it, but it somehow plays into it, which is fucking bizarre.
One, it fits the song too, right? It fits the song.
It fits the song. But I think what you're trying to say, or what you were alluding to earlier, Twan, is like there's such a serious, just optics alone on this band. Like it should, the material, the lyrics should always be serious, right? This is a fucking encyclopedia of musicianship. So all of a sudden you're talking about Krispy Kremes. You're like, wait, that doesn't compute.
Orange slices and fetal spooning. Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, Nate? Give us another top track for you.
If we're going in kind of order, I'm gonna skip the interlude there. But Lost Keys, man, that's another key track for me in my top 3.
Lost Keys, Blame Hoffman, that part before Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, I mean it's still a song. I mean, yeah, it is kind of an interlude.
No, I
guess.
agree,
yeah.
and I love it.
I love everything about it. We were talking about movie type stuff earlier, layering the spoken like movie scene thing. I remember the first time I listened to it, like, oh sweet, this is kind of getting back to like Enema with like the, I don't know, just the weirdness, or like the end of Lateralis with like the Area 51 thing. You know, it's like, oh, this is fucking so cool. And it made me think, like, I know, you know, Trent and Atticus Ross are doing they're scoring films. I'm like, this band, if even just the 3 of them, sans Maynard, really should be scoring films, because this just proves that they have the capability to do it. But yeah, this is one of my favorites on here.
I'm gonna put it together with Rosetta Stone because it is a movie, right? Those 2 songs together are a movie. Like, and every time I listen to it, I like see it happening. And that doesn't always happen for me with music. Usually I'm just vibing to it. But with this, I can like see and hear and feel the places, especially, you know, the first part, the Lost Keys part, the beeping in the hospital, the nurse talking to the doctor being like, what's going on? Like, I've seen that before, right? We feel that, whether it be on TV or in real life, into like, let's go find out what's going on with this guy. And then he jumps into the song, and the song just hits you in the face, and it doesn't really let up, right? Like, there's no let up for 11 minutes, and that song's fucking amazing.
So can I ask you a question? A song like this, do you think they know it's going to be this like 11-minute, 17-minute fucking opus before they, like, as they're making it? Like, where do they even draw the line?
It's a great question.
Like,
because you could just keep going.
Well, given the content of the song, it's like, I don't know if they were in any position to even dictate that. They just let it happen. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah. I don't know. It's a good question. I wonder if they're like, this is going to be a song about this. But like Maynard ends up giving them the lyrics and the vocal stuff after, right? And that's always what we've read and heard. So like he hears this and he's like, all right, that's the Area 51 alien abduction song. Let's do that.
Well, if you look at the lyrics, it's like verse 8. You know, it's like,
oh yeah, it just keeps going because it's a story, right? It's essentially a screenplay, and it's delivered amazingly in a bunch of different fashions from him, you know, from Maynard vocally, but like the song itself takes you on a roller coaster. Like you get this kind of, all right, I'm ready to talk. I'm going to spit all of this information at you, and you have to follow along with the lyrics because you can't hear it. It's happening so fast with the music just kind of beating on you, and then you get the like. The soaring, overwhelmed as one would be, placed in my position, like amazing. Like it's such a crescendo at the end of that song that gives you this like, man, I'm such a fuck up. I forgot my pen, and I'm not going to be able to tell everybody that this happened to me. And like it's so, the way that ends, it's so fucking perfect. I love it. It's such a Tool song.
It's funny. Like if you were to separate, if you heard the song and didn't know anything about the content or the lyrics, and someone asks you, what is that song about? I think you'd probably land what it's about. Like you would land there naturally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We were just talking about like, how the fuck did they put the song together? Like you would think there would be like some kind of like chart, like, hey, this is going to be this, and then it's going to go into this part. So Lost Keys is going to go into Rosetta Stone. This is the lyrical, or sorry, this is the idea. Maynard, can you write lyrics to like basically these? I mean, Adam Jones does a lot of the music videos, right? So he has those like frames, almost like the illustrations, and like, hey, this is the movie sequence. You think it would be like that? We have no idea. but it's such an arrangement that you would think it has to be that way. But I mean, I wish we knew. I wish we could find out. We probably will find out. I don't know.
We may never, and that's the kind of the other piece about this band that both you love and is frustrating, that we may never actually know the secret sauce.
Well, I like with this where it's like you can dissect it to the cows come home and still not know, and that's why I love the Deftones. Like you'll never know, and some of it's wildly like on the nose or even pop culture. Like he says, and can anyone tell me why you all sound like Peanuts' parents? He's talking about Peanuts the cartoon. Like you wouldn't go there listening to it, but he just went there, and now that he said it, you're like, oh, like how the fuck did you even think of that?
Krispy Kremes, like it's just such a random thing to like think about and have in a song about this the whole thing, and whether it be music, whether it be the subject matter, it's insane the way that they pull that all off.
And what I love is it's like the musicianship and the composition is a power move, but the fact that they're in a major label deal, they're assuming, like I don't know where they were, but like the fact that all that's true and this is the output, it's just like this is what we are. That this you can't take it away from us. Like it is. I think I said this in the Lateralis episode. There's so much more than a band. Like this is an entity. Like this is something that I don't know should be seen only in the sphere and like it should be given that treatment and only that treatment because that's what it deserves. Insane.
Yeah.
I'm a Tool head, guys. I mean, I've always been one,
but you're more of one now. I like it. Yeah, I like.
No, I think that's why. Like Adam Jones is very much into the artwork, right? They're very much a like full ensemble when it comes to like everything ties into everything, and they're very tight with Alex Gray, right? Who did work with them on a bunch of their records, and the artwork that kind of coincides with their artwork and lyrical content in particular. But in terms of like a full on display, this band with a sphere type live performance would be mind-blowing, and I think it's maybe you might have like done a prediction there because that would definitely translate well. Yeah, one of one, man. This is an entity, as you had just mentioned, and the only other band that can even remotely compare it to is Pink Floyd. I think that's the only other band that I could say like somehow created this like product that can't be replicated and really is uncomparable.
But they put out way more music.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? They like it's been 33 years since the debut, and there's only 5 records.
Yeah, that's crazy. And there's an EP too, right? Or are you counting the EP? Opiate?
No, I was
Opiate, and then Undertow, and then Enema, and then Lateralis. Yeah, Opiate's the.
So I wasn't counting Opiate.
Yeah, and an EP. They started with an EP, which has a live song on it. Jerk Off, great song. Check it out.
Yeah, I think you've definitely mentioned that on the podcast.
Probably, yeah. Great song. They sound super young too. We made it sound so young. Last Track Magic. I know Viginti Trace is the last track, but Last Track Magic, Right Into, is fucking phenomenal. That song is so good. I remember it being my favorite when the record came out. I think Rosetta Stone has overtaken it, or the Lost Keys Rosetta Stone couple has overtaken it, but Right Into is still all time, and what a great way to end a record, and also spot on about humanity and sad and true and all the things that like make you feel things about how the state of the world. This was 20 years ago. I don't feel any different today listening to the lyrics of that song, but it's perfect. Like just a great album closer.
It has last track energy through and through, like an epic closer. And I was just kind of revisiting it on mute while you were chatting. And actually, Nate, before we started recording, you mentioned, I think you said you typed Right Into and then had the John Hamm meme. Was it John Hamm?
Oh,
yeah.
just fading into oblivion. But yeah,
when people listen to this episode 30 years from now, they're gonna have no fucking clue what that
meant. What the hell's a meme? What the hell are you talking about? I would say probably top 3 to 4 track on the album for me. Right Into.
Yeah, Right Into. It's almost like a callback to Lateralis in terms of sonic music, but closing track, lyrical content, just the whole vibe, and there's a live arrangement. This is one of those tracks that just fucking destroys, like just fucking slays. I wonder if it would actually fit anywhere else on the record. I guess it is a perfect closing track. I'm trying to think if it could fit anywhere else. Maybe no, not opening.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard because of the way it kind of like starts soft, builds to this major crescendo, and then softens back out to like end the record essentially, even though you get the 5 minutes of piece of a song that'll fit in somewhere else.
Yeah. And to your point earlier, like when I listened to this record when it dropped in 06, I don't think I was as, I don't even know how to say this, as intellectual or like looking into the lyrics so deeply. And now that you say like, you know, the message is very front and center. It is right into it's like division, political, spiritually, everything. Like it's telling you what it is. And I don't think I ever thought of that until you mentioned it. And obviously in prep for the ep, for notes that I wrote down that, you know, reflect what you're saying. But it's part of growing up, I guess.
Yeah. It's sad, right? But it's very spot on, even though it was written, who knows when. It could have been written 23 years ago.
I think the sequence, I think they nailed the sequence. I know like that's a thing with them. It's like fucking around with the sequence. But like if you look at how they close it, Rosetta Stoned into Intention, which allows you to kind of catch your breath a little bit. And then they hit you with, they could have ended on Right Into, and then they, you know, they hit you with Spaghetti Trace to close it. But I think that was I might have cut track 11 out of there.
Well,
if it was up to me.
But 11 may not be a track. It may be something that fits in elsewhere, which you're going to listen to when we're done recording.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Yeah, that's the piece of a song that fits in with the Wings for Marie songs. So that's the that's the Easter egg. 10 would have been enough. You're right, but I think that's what that is. I think it's an Easter egg.
It's actually, I read something else recently that Maynard's wife keeps like pestering the band, like why that, like everyone wants everything on vinyl. Why aren't you doing it? What the fuck's going on? Which is funny because she's Maynard's wife. Like she probably has some say, or at least like she's.
How
being
do you
hurt.
know this? That's what I want to know.
I think it was on her. I think
Allegedly.
it was on her Instagram or something. And apparently the band's against. There's, you know, it's a vote, and I think it sounded like from what I read, the band is not really for it collectively. And I think it's because on vinyl it doesn't sequence right, because you have to flip it, and that's why Lateralis is not in order. Right? Isn't there a song that's not in order on that?
No, it might be. Yeah, I'd have to look. You might be right.
So I think the hesitation to press to wax is because it just doesn't flow right, and it's good to just have it play through. So I always wondered, like, why wouldn't you press it? And that seems to be the case.
And they were putting CDs out, right? They were trying to fill the 80-minute CD back in the day, and now today it's like, well, how can you fill, 4 gatefold vinyl? Like, let's do that.
It would have to be 4.
Yeah,
right?
It would. Well, Fear Inoculum is it's 3. And it's a little shorter, I think.
It ain't cheap, man.
Yeah, right. Well, but the fans will buy it. With this band, the fans will buy it. I bought Fear Inoculum, hand up.
On wax?
Did you get the video one? Wasn't there the video?
Oh, I have the CD too with the video, but I bought the vinyl when they pressed it.
Oh, nice.
Legacy? You want to talk Legacy?
Yeah. Like, I'm curious. I've been actually wondering this as I'm listening to this. I know where I hold this in the Tool catalog. I'm curious where you guys have it. Having more time with the catalog and living the rollout, like all that factored in, benchmarking it against the whole catalog, kind of where you guys have it.
Damn, that's a fucking hard question. Lateralis number 1 all day, and it might be. I think it's Enema too, because that's the band. That's the record that got me into the band, and it's a tie between this and Fear Inoculum. To be honest, I don't know. They're both solid. Fear Inoculum might fucking even edge this out. Which I fucking love this record. It's hard, man. I don't know if I can really answer that question right now.
I'll answer it for you. I can
help me.
The Lateralis is 1. I don't think that it'll ever be dethroned. Lateralis is my favorite Tool song. Still gives me chills every time I hear it. Love that record on the whole too. This is probably 2 for me, and not because I don't like Enema more. I think Enema I like more, but I spent the time with this one and lived the rollout. So I think that's why this is 2 for me.
Yeah.
And then Enema, and then Fear, and then Undertow, and then Opiate.
This is 2 for me, and I have the least experience with the catalog with me, and like Undertow, I've listened to before. It's been many, many years. Fear Inoculum, I think I checked it out because that was pre-pod, so it wasn't like you guys were like, "Damn, new Tool record, go check this out and prep for the pod." Like I think I did check it out, but for me, I think I would put probably Lateralis 1 and then this 2.
Nice.
I would have to revisit Enema, to be honest with you.
Enema's loaded, like great record, so many good songs.
Useful Idiot and 46 and 2 and all that.
Eulogy's a banger, and H, and Stinkfist. Stinkfist is an all-time Tool song, and Push It is an all-time 11-minute Tool song.
Enema is Around the Fur to Deftones as White Pony is Lateralis.
That's a good analogy, Nate. I like that.
Way.
Yeah.
Well, in my research for tonight, I saw someone say "Push It" is Maynard's best vocal display, which I'd have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, you should. That's what you should do, Twan. In all your free time in the next, I don't know, couple of days.
Yeah.
Find 78 minutes to listen to Enema.
That's another long one. Yeah, Third Eye's 13 minutes. Yeah, okay.
I mean, that song's fucking dope too. But yes, I understand.
Message to Harry Manback. It's worth it just for that.
Fuck you.
I used to play that
with a penis. Yeah.
I used to play.
Penis great. 46 and 2, great record.
I used to play Message to Harry Manback like 8 times in a row and just laugh my ass off.
I've been with you when we've done that, I think. Dave.
Yeah, it's just I couldn't get enough of it.
I will say for Tool, and like I'm stating the obvious, but like the optics of every record insanely fits the record.
Oh yeah,
and like the reality is, you could probably throw anything. Like you said, Alex Gray's the artist for some of probably the back half of the stuff. Like he could make anything.
Song, right?
Yeah, he could make anything, and I'd like eat it up. But like even Enema, it's very. You can tell that's from the 90s. Like you can tell, but it fits, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And maybe we'll do Enema later this year because that turns 30.
Oh, there you go. 30.
Yeah.
I mean, Lateralis, though, I think is the king.
Lateralis is the king. Yeah, I agree. And part of that's probably our age, and part of that's just spending so much time with that record, too. But this one's 2 for me, and stoked we get to do this one. I've been looking forward to talking about Tool all day, and I'm that guy. Like, I'm the Tool fan that is like, you don't like Tool? What's wrong with you? I'm that guy. I don't care. Hand up.
It's the meme where the dude's talking to the girl at the baseball stadium.
Oh yeah,
that's me. That guy. Yeah.
And I gotta throw this out there. Disclaimer: you have 2 diehard Tool fans, and then me, who's like above average Tool fan. We only have an hour for this, so there's obviously a million things that we missed.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we got the big rocks, but like, yeah, there's some nerd shit that we missed. You know what? Call us out. Let us know. Comment on the post where you saw this.
Make fun of my beard. I don't give a shit. Like, let's go.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you won't know because I deleted the comment. But anyway.
You've been censored. Agree to disagree.
Man, yeah. But no, we do appreciate it. People that, for the most part, the comment sections are pretty nice. So we appreciate people engaging in the nerdery with us because that's all we're trying to do is have fun with the music.
No, good call on the comments because the Tool, what is it? The Tool Army, as they call it, kind of like the Slipknot maggots.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of insight, a lot of nerd tidbits, like the one I was mentioning earlier about Maynard's wife and on the wax. Like these are things that are just out there, like Tool lore or fact. Like you just don't know. But the fact that there's just so much, it's one of the few bands that there's still a lot of mystery about, given that we're in 2026 and there's maximum transparency / access to these artists, call it social media or going to the baked potato and kicking it with Danny Carey. So,
there's still not maximum access to this band, though. There isn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, there's still mysterious.
Can't get there. There's so much mystery still. I love it.
But I'll leave you guys with one question. Is this the only album in history where it was either nominated or was awarded a Grammy in 3 consecutive years?
Oh, man. I have no idea.
Wow, I did not know that, actually.
So in 2006, it received the Grammy for Best Packaging. Like, well-deserved, yes, on it. And then Vicarious was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Hard Rock Performance. And actually, you could fact check that. Maybe it was the same year. But anyway, 2 years later, in 2008, 10,000 Days garnered another Grammy nom when The Pot was nominated for Best Hard Rock Performance. So like,
oh wow.
And this was after the era of like huge, long, drawn out rollouts of like 5 singles. This is way beyond that. So like, I don't know, like that, you can't fuck with that.
No,
that's
2 years apart, Grammy nods.
One, had it not been The Pot and say had it been Right in 2, it would have been the same thing, right? They still would have been nommed because of what it is and what they do. So that's I think for me the main point about this band is The Pot was it because The Pot was what they put out. Could it have been Jambi? Could it have been Right in 2? Could it have been Rosetta Stone? Yep, probably.
That's the ultimate flex.
Yeah.
Huh. I always forget that award show is similar to like the Super Bowl, right? Because it's the next year after. So it's not necessarily in cadence with like the release or even the singles that followed. It's like the year after that. So
yeah, it can be. Yep.
That's kind of answers why it's drawn out that much. But still, I did not know that.
Well,
if you don't know, now you know, playa.
Yeah, now I know.
If you don't know, now you know. We appreciate you guys going on this ride with us every week or once a week or once a month or once a year. But thanks for listening to Patio Slave. And we'll be back with more nerdery next week, right?
Yeah, if you love this, go check out our Lateralis one.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what number that was. It was in the top. It was in the first 100 episodes.
70s, I think. Yeah, 76, 75, something like that.
And there was a lot of you that listened to that one. So, yeah.
Yeah, we were young and green, but we still knew how to geek out.
It was 74. I wasn't that far off.
Oh,
74.
Wow. Nice,
Wow.
dude. I would have bet on that.
It took 225 episodes later plus to talk about them again. And it won't be the last time either. So keep an eye out.
Peace, podheads.
Mic drop. Peace.
Cheers, drones, nerds. I thought
Cheers.
maybe they would.
I was going to say the drone thing. Cheers. Cheers, Tool Army nerds.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to Patio Slave. We are at Patio Slave on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of the places that you can find us on social media. Facebook, Patio Slave Podcast. YouTube, Patio Slave Podcast there. Email us at patioslavepodcast@gmail.com. And hey, if you want to become a supporter, click on the link at the bottom of the episode and give us $1, give us $5. It keeps the lights on, keeps us going. We really appreciate that stuff. Thank you.
You know the difference between Tool and Perfect Circle? I feel like Tool was more heavy, more like blue, like darker blue and black, whereas Perfect Circle seemed like a little more purple and yellow. Does that make sense?
Do you smoke a lot of marijuana?
I do.
All right. The difference between those bands is the wig. Different wig.
Awesome.
On many occasions, different shoes, but definitely different wigs.
Different shoes, different shoes.